Experts say the cost of entry for any industry is embarrassment. So here I am paying my dues. I'm Stephanie Lopepe, the founder of Virtually Steph, and welcome to the Art of Virtual Assisting. Woo! Oh my word, guys. I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. And don't worry, I am part of Team Unplug the Microphone because we have too many podcasts. So this is not a podcast. This is a platform where we are here to educate, empower, and share the real journey or the real stories of becoming a virtual assistant and thriving as a virtual assistant. Okay, we will kick off with the series 5W&H framework. So all of those what, where, when, what, who, how, we will frame it into how to become a virtual assistant. And we will kick off with why I became a virtual assistant. And I chose why because once you figure out your why, it's very easy to continue the journey. Being a VA, oh my word, is no child's play. So when you have a solid foundation with your why, you should be okay. My personal story for Virtually Steph is very emotional. That's why I have a tissue here, just in case I start crying because, we can be dramatic. Okay, cool. So I began my journey in the corporate space about 10 years ago. Right. And I began as an intern in administration. My goal, if I'm being honest, was not to do admin. My goal was to do either be a journalist or be a lawyer. And both roles didn't work because there was no work and the internship that was available was in admin. There was no other position available. And to be honest, being a VA was not the first thing, or being an administrator was not my first choice. My first choice was either being a journalist or being a lawyer. And both roles did not work out. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me try admin. And I never left. Here I am, 10 years, and I'm still in admin. But admin has taken different forms, right? So 7 years, I was an office manager. I managed over 20 teammates, or let's say 20 colleagues, right? And my employer had 3 companies running at the same time, and my role was to manage all of those 3 companies. I did many things from human resource, office management, event coordinating, anything that had admin in there, I was doing, right? And I did that for 7 years. Now imagine for 7 years, you wake up so we said 9 to 5, mine was 8 to 5 for 7 years. Like, how does that work? Like, that cycle became too much for me, right? I reached like 3 years ago, I said, no, there's no way I'll reach 3 years old and I'm doing this 7 years situation. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm feeling stagnant. I'm not feeling inspired. And I felt like, I don't know how anyone would take this phrase, but I felt like a tool for my employer. And I don't like being a tool. I like to be of service. But for doing something for 7 years, 9 to 5, felt like a tool, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm helping this person build 3 companies, make money for all 3 companies, live their best life. And the only thing I have to show is my skills and nothing else. Literally, I had nothing else to my name, maybe except for this MacBook. So I was like, okay, cool. So how do we fix this? Because at the end of the day, any situation you find yourself in, you are the main person in charge of that, right? I'm the director of my life. So I was there for 7 years because I couldn't move. I was scared to move. I tried to move. It didn't work. So I'm like, okay, cool. How do I use the skills that I have to build something for myself and to have a life that is impactful? And then COVID happened. Oh my word. Okay. We are locked down. We're at home. We got nothing to do. And then Instagram algorithm did its thing. There was like virtual assistant. What? I'm like, what is that? And that's why I also love the art of virtual assisting. This is a platform I wish I had 5 years ago. I'll go on YouTube and there was no video about being a VA. And the ones that were on were like 10 years old. I'm like, I need something current. I need something in real time. And I had to do so much research. Instagram assisted me and TikTok, right? And then all these girls be like, if you can do admin, you can become a VA. I'm like, okay, I've been doing admin for 7 years and I want to be a VA, right? So that's where Virtually Stiff came about. I was like, okay, cool. I want to be impactful, but I don't want to be in a 9 to 5, oh my word, or 8 to 5, or however you want to phrase it, the corporate space. I was like, I want to have the freedom of movement, the freedom of time, and I want to have financial freedom too. So I can work remotely for as many people as I can possibly handle using the same skills that I'm using now in the corporate space. And you know what? It took me 2 years before making the move. Why? Because I was scared. I was scared. So I got stuck in the loop of learning. When you're on YouTube, you've got your notepad and you're Googling. You are, watching podcasts, you're watching experts, you're doing this, you're doing this. That was me. I was stuck in that loop for 2 years and I was scared. But my former employer's business, they were downsizing. And I was like, okay, they gave us the choice who wants to go in the new structure of the business or who wants to leave. And I was like, this is God giving me an exit. And I knew if I don't exit, listen, when God gives you the door, He opens just that small window there. That small. If you don't move, you're not going to move, right? And I didn't want to be paralyzed in the corporate space. I was like, okay, I'm going to jump, right? So I jumped full time, because before that I was part time. I would do like some things on the weekends. I would do things after work. Full time means that you have no security of your 9 to 5 salary. You have no security of clients. You are just taking a leap of faith because the unknown is better than what you're currently experiencing. That is the honest truth. So that is why I want to start with the why. Why is very important. Why are you trying to be a virtual assistant? Or why are you trying to be a service provider? And my why is that I wanted freedom. I didn't want to be in servitude anymore. I wanted the ability to get up in the morning and have breakfast whenever I wanted. I wanted the ability to attend a networking event without having to ask for permission, right? I wanted the freedom of movement, the freedom of time, and the financial freedom. And I was like, boom, I am moving. And I remember my dad told me, because I started to be scared, because fear is just part of life. My dad told me, you've got a family, you've got a roof over your head. So you're jumping now, you still have a net that will be able to carry you. And that is like my family are my safe haven. So yes, you want to be a VM, just make sure that you have some form of support system. And even if you don't, you're not going to die, guys. Freelancing, you're not going to die. Yes, maybe you may not eat today, but you're not going to die. I promise you, the unknown is better than where you are stuck. All right? So that is my purpose. So the why is that I wanted freedom of time, of movement. I wanted to serve. So let's talk about that, right? Your why keeps you grounded, and that's my story. My why is very important, and my why is to serve. I want to serve. That is the foundation of Virtually Stiff, is to serve others, to make sure my community is better than what I found it, right? To make sure my clients are getting the results they need, to make sure that the work that I'm doing is impactful, right? So my encouragement is for anyone who wants to be a virtual assistant. Our 5W&H framework starts with why. Why are you doing, or why do you want to become a VA? Right? It mustn't just be surface level. Your why needs to be bigger. It needs to be bigger than you. right? So your why can be, I want to make money because I need to pay rent, right? But for that why to be bigger than you can say, I want financial freedom for not just me, but for my family. That's how a why is bigger than you. It needs to be more than one person. It needs to impact your immediate family. It needs to impact your local community. It then goes outwards. So if, as long as your why is bigger than you, then you can aim for the stars, right? So my why was maybe freedom of movement, freedom of time, financial freedom. How it became bigger than me is that I wanted to serve the businesses that are in my community. And once I'm serving other businesses, then all that freedom of time, freedom of movement is possible. So find out what your why is, and then it works out. So a segment that we have here is Insight segment. And in this segment, I'll be answering any frequently asked questions, especially the ones that I asked in my DMs. And the first question is virtual assisting really a sustainable career? And the honest answer, I'm a testament to that. Yes, it is. Can I just say, even why I'll never go back to corporate is that even in my lowest money that I will make for virtually staff in a month is still 5 times more than what I was getting paid managing 3 companies. So, babes, it's sustainable. It's sustainable, especially if you get an international client. What? That money is good. It's also sustainable if you have a client that has the budget, right? So when you start, it's not always the case. So let's have an honest conversation. When we start up businesses, so the budget may be limited. But as you grow, you build your portfolio, you build your experience, you can aim for the stars. You can aim. Like I remember my first coaching client, when she came to me, she left a marketing agency. Do you know what it means to leave a whole agency that's got real money, real budget, and be like, I don't want to work with the agency, I want to work with a freelancer? And when she told me she made more money with me as a service provider than the agency, then I knew, do not play small. This career is sustainable. This career impacts lives, and this career makes a difference. So yes, being a virtual assistant is sustainable. So my call to action to anyone listening, right? Whenever you're listening to this video is your homework. Go home, write down, what is my why? Why do I want to become a virtual assistant? And remember, your why needs to be bigger than yourself. And then once you figure that out, you can figure out the what, the who, the how, and the everything of the 5W and H framework. So I hope you had fun. This was Breaking New Ground. We are breaking new ground for the art of virtual assisting. Our first video is up on the platform. So please comment. Let me know in the comments, what do you want to discuss next? What questions do you have concerning my industry? And how do you want me to move forward with the platform? What more do you want to hear? And nothing is off bounds. Of course, I can't be telling you personal figures, obviously, but I can guide you on how to move in this industry. So until next time, bye.